Have you ever wondered why 1% of people make it? I'm talking in business, in sports, in arts, etc. 1% of people become successful. And that makes everyone think that it's just luck. It's just that 1% of people are super talented since they're born, and so they're specialized to do this certain task. And that makes them much better than everyone else. And 90% of the time, that's false. The reason why 1% of people succeed is because only 1% of people are willing to do the work to succeed. And only 1% of people are consistent enough and disciplined enough to stick with something that gives them no fruit for their labor for many years. Because we're also used to having to work and immediately having an outcome. Working and immediately having an outcome. And as soon as we work and we see no outcome, even if it's been a week, we think it doesn't work. We think this is just a scam. This is oversaturated. No, that's false. It's not that it's oversaturated. It's that anything good takes time. So the harder something is, the more rewarding it's going to be, because obviously there's going to be a higher level of entry, a higher barrier of entry. For example, let's say content creation. A lot of people think, oh, there's way too many YouTubers, this space is super saturated. No, that's false. The problem is that there's a lot of YouTubers who put out constant content. So the barrier of entry for content creation is pretty easy because all you need is YouTube. But the barrier of entry for a successful content creation channel, or for a successful channel, mind you, is to put out consistent daily videos. That's the hard barrier of entry. That's why most people don't stick with daily videos or don't stick with at least consistent videos and then wonder why they don't blow up. And the people that do blow up, people think they're an overnight success. But if you check on the YouTube, you can literally go on videos, oldest, you'll see they've been uploading for 2 or 3 years with nobody watching them. The problem is that you saw they were an overnight success when you saw them pop up on your feed. So you started caring about them then and there. But no one cared about them when they were doing 2 years of consistent videos with maybe 10 views. No one cared about them there. And all of a sudden they're an overnight success, right? Bullshit. So today we're going to talk about the 5 stages of achieving success in whatever it is you want to pursue. Coffee. Okay, so I'll probably put up a graph or a image just so you can see it well. So normally people go into a business, we'll put a business because that's what I'm into. I'm into business and content creation, etc. Let's say social media marketing. That's a big trend now. 99% of people will try out social media marketing and after 2-3 months they'll quit. And they'll say, oh, it's way too oversaturated. Mongazi was scamming me. It's all his fault. You're wrong again. SMMA is not oversaturated. It just has a higher barrier of entry since more people are going into it. How many cold outreaches were you doing a week? 100? That's nothing. There's people literally doing thousands of cold outreaches a week. How many appointments were you booking? 2 appointments a month? There's people booking 50 appointments a month. Were you practicing your sales? Were you tracking your closing numbers, etc.? These are all errors that you've made that haven't allowed you to progress into the 5 to 10,000 a month space in social media marketing. And I know this because I did the same thing. By the way, before I get into the 5 stages, I'd like to say that I got this from Alex Hormozi. In my opinion, the best business coach there is out there, or philosopher or philanthropist, whatever you want to call him. Amazing guy. You can learn a ton from him. Go check out his channel. But the first stage of success is uninformed optimism. What does this mean? This means you see something new, like SMMA, and you see all the success behind it, because now with social media, all everyone shows is the 10K a month and the Lambos and everything. No one shows the hard work and the years of not getting anything with your work. So you see the Lambos and the lifestyle and you think, wow, this is what's gonna happen if I start SMMA. That's uninformed optimism. Because you're super hopeful that it'll go well for you, but you don't know all the challenges that the SMMA has. The next step is informed pessimism. Here's when you try it out for a few months and you realize that, like every other single fucking thing you have to try, it's hard. Because why would anything give you any substantial money if it were easy? Because everyone would do it and then we'd all be millionaires. And now here's where most people get discouraged. They're like, oh wow, this is hard. On to the next thing. Are you fucking stupid? If you're looking for something that's not hard, that's going to get you money, you might as well start searching until you're 80 years old. You're not going to find a single thing. Unless it's drugs, but then you'll go to jail, so good luck with that. So we get to informed pessimism, and that's where 80% of people leave. They go on to the next thing. And they start a new uninformed optimism, and then go into informed pessimism, quit that, start new uninformed optimism, go into informed pessimism, etc. And that's why they keep on trying new things and they don't stick with anything. So therefore, they don't yield any outcomes on anything they do. The next step after uninformed optimism and informed pessimism is the valley of despair. You're probably 6 months to a year into whatever you're doing, SMMA for example, and you're just fucking fed up of it. You think, I've gotten no clients, this is all bullshit, I hate this, I've wasted my time, and this is where the remaining percent of people leave. But if you cross the valley of despair and you keep learning and you keep strategizing about everything that's going wrong and how you're going to get past it, that's where you get to step 4. Step 4 is informed optimism. Now you know all the pros and cons that comes with the business. You know all the bullshit about it, but you also know that if you try hard enough and if you think hard enough, you're able to succeed. You just need to put some systems in place, you need to optimize some things, and you need to be consistent, most importantly. Here is where you might start making a little bit of money. And you're still struggling, don't get me wrong, but now you understand that every single business that's worthwhile has something wrong with it and has flaws, and you need to figure them out. That's the beauty about business. So instead of complaining and whining about it, learn to love the intricacies of business and why it's hard, because that's what actually should interest you, not making all the money. That comes later. Not many people get to informed optimism, but the few that do start seeing hints of success. Like I said, after the year or two of working super hard and yielding no results and thinking that they're wasting their time, they start seeing it slowly and it starts compounding. And that leads us into our 5th step, achievement. Congrats, you've made it. You now see all the success building up and compounding after years of not seeing any fruits of your labors. And you realize that after years of your head burning and going through all those days where you thought it wasn't going to work out and you thought you were wasting your time, and your family and friends were telling you this is just another excuse to not get a job or to not focus on studies or whatever, you finally did it. And this is where only 1% or less of people get to. See, the 99% of you quit on informed pessimism. And you went on to the next thing. And you're probably still trying new things because you keep on getting to informed pessimism on every single thing. And you keep quitting because you have no resistance to difficulty. For the few that do get to achievement, they see all the results. And they realize that if they had just stuck with one single thing for a few years and gone through all those 5 stages without quitting, they would have been successful in anything they could have chosen. I don't care if it's drop shipping, I don't care if it's SMMA, I don't care if it's a fucking job, I don't care if it's content creation, I don't care if it's sports. If you go through those 5 stages and keep putting in the work and keep showing up every day and being consistent, the chances of you failing on a long enough time frame is absolutely 0. So next time you feel like quitting, remember that you're only 2 steps to the way to achievement. You're probably on informed pessimism. And remember that that's where 99% of people quit. Now ask yourself, do you want to be the 99% of people that keep on going to the next thing? Or do you want to be the 1% that achieve success?